My name is Donah Ollila, and I'm a presence movement coach. And what that means is I assist you at moving one stream of thoughts to another so that you can create new possibilities, see life from a whole new perspective, and create new opportunities. I assist you in moving out of the chaos and so that you begin to find where you begin and where you end so that you don't take on other people's stuff. Let me give you an example. I had a client once that worked for a law firm. She was an office manager. She had a very demanding job. And she had a customer that would call her on the phone. And she would look at that caller ID and she dreaded answering the phone. In fact, many times she would just completely avoid the person's calls. They would leave messages. She wouldn't even return the calls at times. And this sometimes created a problem. Now, I'm sure that's not you, but I'm sure that you know people that you want to avoid, or know people that do avoid others, or maybe even avoid your phone call. When this customer of hers would call her on the phone, they were rude and arrogant. Many times they would scream at her, and just talking to them would just totally disrupt her day. And many times after speaking to them, she would have to take a moment just to regain her composure. There was absolutely no reason for this customer to go off the wall, but this is who they were, and she had to really figure out how to deal with them. But it just kind of wrecked her whole day. After working with her, one of the things that happened is that she was able to speak to this customer. She no longer felt that she needed to avoid them. I offered her tools to be able to speak to this customer and not take on the irritation and frustration that the customer was exhibiting. She was able to recognize that what they were going through had absolutely nothing to do with her, and there was no reason for her to take it personally. And the miraculous thing about this is not only was she able to maintain her composure, hang up, and be completely productive, but the other person began to recognize that they were out of line. And in fact, she told me, she says, you know, it was the strangest thing. I talked to them, they didn't bother me at all, they didn't send me into an emotional swing, and they started to recognize what they were doing because they said to me, you know, I realize sometimes when I call you, I'm in a bad place, I'm just really worried. And it ended up that their superior was actually on their case all the time. But when she was able to speak to them from a place of not taking things personally, her guard came down and created a space of allowing for the other people, the other person, the other customer, to not get so defensive. You see, even if we are completely in the right and one person comes to you and it's completely defensive, having a hard time, if we go into a place of defensive reaction, it creates a combustible experience, and so that everybody's upset. So I actually teach you tools so that you don't take that on, and so that you are more commanding and present and in the moment versus going into a swing. So this is just one of the stories of how I've been able to assist others. Now, wouldn't that be great to be able to move through your day and not allow the world to rock your boat so that you can be happy in every moment and so that you are in control? This you will learn in one of my programs. I actually teach an 8 to 12 week program that will assist you in these tools. I have worked with lawyers, doctors, teachers, as well as children. I even have a young boy that had Asperger's that I worked with for about 8 weeks that was having a really hard time focusing, and he spent a lot of time in worrying about everybody else around him. By the time we were finished, he was able to maintain his composure and also become aware of when he was getting caught up in the worry of others that had absolutely nothing to do with him. So you see, these tools are valuable, and guess what? They work 100% of the time. I would love the opportunity to come and speak to your organization or to assist you, just you, with living life, being more happy, have a great sense of well-being, be in control of your circumstance so that you can create your own experiences and opportunities. I look forward to meeting you and speaking to you. Have a miraculous day. Take care.